Hey y'all, this is Joe out here in Wheeling at Mini Homestead. I brought some of those crappy 2x4s home. I'm going to make a couple sawhorses out of them. That'll be good enough for that. And the kind of real sturdy, and Gail can throw a board on top of them, have a work table, or whatever you want to do with them. And I thought I'd show you how I'm going to make them with just my miter saw here and my screw gun. I'm going to cut 4 legs, 30 inches long, out of, or 8 legs I need, out of the 3 of the 2x4s. And my first cuts, I'm going to cut all the legs at 22.5 degrees. And I'll show you why here directly. I should have a hard stop here. Yep. Right at 22.5. Make sure I got power. Man, it's cracked. I just cannot believe Lowe sells this stuff. So, what I have to do now, I'm going to cut every one. I'm going to cut this first one and then use it as a pattern at 30 inches. And all of my angle cuts are going to be in the same direction. And you'll see why here directly as I start assembling it. But I should get 3 legs out of each 2x4. That's what I'm going to want. Get this flush. And remember when I was cutting the rafters, I always use one board for a pattern. And I will mark a P on this. So I know that's what I use to mark all my boards with. I'm going to cut all my pieces and then I will assemble it. I'm also going to need 2 braces at 15 inches, so I may as well cut them. I'm going to cut them at the same 22.5 degrees, except these I'm going to want to run opposite. My bevel cuts will go in the same direction. So what I will do is go with 15. Right in here. I'm going to turn this one around. So I have the 8 legs cut and the 2 braces cut. And what I've got to do now, you see how these are set up, right? That's not going to work. So what I've got to do is cut 4 of them now at a 45-degree angle to compensate for that 22.5. And I'll do this and show you how it gets put together. Get over to 45. And I got to make sure it runs in the same orientation. So I'm going to put the long side against the back of the fence and cut right on this line right here. Try and hit that corner. Just like that. So now when I take those 2 legs and I have the 2 legs flat like that, put that 45 up against there. That's how it's going to screw and glue together. And I've got one of these braces that will go in here, like so, and screw into there. So then I have a real solid base to work off of. But let me cut my 4 45s now. Got one of them. Again, to make sure I've got the right orientation, the long edge goes up against the fence. I'm going to cut on this corner here as close as I can. I need 4 of the legs to be like that. Alright, so I've got all of my pieces cut there for the legs. Now I'm going to cut the top, which is going to be a 40-inch long 2x4. I need 2 of those, and then I will need 2 2x4s about 37 inches long to go on those 2 braces that are going across, just for extra support. So let me cut those and I'll put the saw away. I'll be finished with all the cutting that's needed. I think I'll cut these at well, I could go with 48, but I don't think I need them that wide. I think I'll go with 42. there's the top. Now the last thing I need to cut will be the braces going across the bottom. And I'm going to leave these hanging 2 inches over on each side. So I'll need to cut the braces 4 inches shorter. I cut those at 42. I'll cut the braces at 38. So that's everything that needs cut. So I can put the saw away now, get it out of the way. So now I'm going to start assembling this. And just to remind everybody, what I've got are 2 2x4s cut at 42 inches. 2 2x4s cut at 38 inches. 2 15-inch 2x4s with a 22.5-inch bevel cut on each end. You can see what direction the bevel is going on these. 2 of those you need. I've got 4 30-inch 2x4s with a 22.5 degree bevel cut in this orientation. Oh, that's a nice cracked board. So I've got 4 of those, and I've got 4 2x4s with a 22.5 degree bevel cut on one end and a 45 degree bevel cut on the other end, so that they will match up like so. And the 22.5 degrees on the bottom will sit. They're going to sit like that. And this is going to go in between them to add support. So, to connect these, all I'm going to do is glue them and screw them. I have some 2-inch exterior screws. That I will use on those bevel cuts on the top there, because they're only 2 inches. And I have 3.5-inch exterior screws that I will use, these aren't cheap, on the rest of them. So we'll start my 2-inch screws now. That's going to be the top. Probably should pre-drill these so they don't split. But with the glue, it shouldn't be too bad. Good wood glue. So, got those two pieces. Now, I'm going to put a piece in here. Gotta eyeball the middle. I don't even have to glue this. 3.5-inch screws, 3-inch boards. 3 inches of board. So, I'll put them at an angle. And the top plate. Again, I don't have to be exact. Especially with this crappy bowed warp lumber from Lowe's. So there you have a very solid, especially once all the glue dries, sawhorse. Made out of the crap 2x4's from Lowe's that I was going to throw away. But Gail can carry them. They're not too heavy. 2 of these, put an old door on it. You got some work table. The only thing you have to be careful of is if you're cutting wood on it, you have to remember you've got screws here. You don't want to cut into this part of the wood, otherwise you're going to ruin your saw blade. But other than that, these are really solid sawhorses. So, hope y'all enjoyed that. And I'm going to build the other one, and Gail will be happy. Oh yeah, this is Joe here in Wheeling. That is all.